Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the outside of the garage. So I put this sign up here so I knew where I was going to. I'm getting old now, so sometimes I gotta be reminded where I'm at. So let's go in to the garage. All right, welcome to the inside of the garage now. So as you walk in, on your right hand side, you will find my hat collection and my air compressor and one of my furnaces. I've got two heaters in here. So let's flip back around, and that's one of my original skeletons I built that is motorized. When you talk, the mouth moves, the eyes light up, the arms move. And this area here is for my projector. See the projector up there? So the projector projects onto this screen. Pretty cool, huh? No movies playing now. Gotta wait for it to get dark. It's TV time now, or music. So anyways, more hats. Underneath there is my Jizzly printer, which can print in 13 colors. It's an awesome printer. So moving on, you got my very old, probably from the 1960s, Craftsman drill press, which I rebuilt it all. I put on this moving bed, and then this is a mini lathe. Pretty awesome, right? Here, let's turn it on so you can see all the bells and whistles in it. Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty. So when I move the table, here, we'll move this one. See, right here, I'm moving, and you see the numbers moving. So those are 10,000ths of an inch movement. And then this is my shopsmith. So this, I think, was actually from the 1950s, I think. This is actually really old. So this originally was a lathe, a table saw. It was a kit to do just about everything you could think of in wood shop. But I already have all the tools, so I just turned it into a full-time drill press. So this is some of my collectibles that I got from my uncle and my mom and my grandfather. Pretty cool stuff, huh? And this case here is filled with train stuff. And this is tooling for the mini lathe. So if we move back, you could see some tool chests, which this one actually has tools in it. This one here has printing stuff and art stuff. Printing stuff, and this is more cameras that I have. These are, look underneath here, these are backdrops for photography. And then the bottom drawer is full of backdrops. Alright, so got my grinder. No garage that calls itself a garage doesn't have a grinder. So I've got a grinder, so that means I've got a garage. So here's some of my hand tools, sockets, all kinds of aerosol stuff, drill bits for woodworking, tape measure, my lathe. This is a metal lathe, and this is tooling in this cabinet. You can see tooling for it. So this cabinet here is my hand tools as far as wrenches. This is odds and ends pliers and cutters. All kinds of different hammers. And then we get into printing stuff. So these are prints, and this is stuff to, once you print it, you put them in there and it protects them. And then this is all the different printing paper for that big printer over there. All right. Boring. All right, so here is my jet bandsaw, woodworking bandsaw. I replaced all of this, the guides, with a more expensive guide system to make it more accurate. So you can see it underneath and above. So it's pretty accurate now. And this is my little mini metal cutting bandsaw. So I actually built this out of a handheld bandsaw, metal cutting bandsaw. All right, this is my little toolkit. I can move this around and bring it around wherever I'm working. Say I'm outside and I'm working in something, I'm working in the house. I find this to be a lot better than a toolbox or a tool bag. Everything's easily accessible and I know what it's there. So this cup I just got from Charlie Vanderbosch, friend from Florida. It says Vanderbosch Brewing Company or Club. Nice, huh? Nice logo. And then so this is from 1999. Winterland. Not sure what that is, but I got this from Dave Wilson. And I got this cool pick from Dave Wilson. Cheap Trick, Cheap Trick. So he used to be a sound guy for some bigger bands in the area. So I think Cheap Trick was one of them that he did sound for. Also, REO Speedwagon. Again, this was from Dave Wilson when he was a sound guy in the Chicago area. But I think he traveled all over with them, wherever they were playing, wherever they needed them. Alright. So these are my little mini routers. These are for doing laminate usually, but you can use them for other things. Sanders, palm sanders, belt sander, orbital sander, pad sander, bigger router, my battery drills and impacts, saw, ratchet, another big router. And these toolboxes here are for different kinds of tooling. And this here is kind of a cool thing. It don't look like it's heavy, but it's all made out of cast iron. It's for shearing metal and bending metal. Now if I flip around or I flip up a little bit, you'll see sandpaper, all my different vice grips. No garage could be a garage without vice grips, of course. Reference books, which honestly I don't use much because it's just way easier just to get on the old internet. So these are different things for grinding and cleaning metal. My big air guns and my smaller air guns. Different kinds of marking tools, centering bits, drill bits. Again, these are for when you're starting a screw. You use those. And now we're going out of the tool room and into the main garage. So this is the vacuum system, the upper vacuum system. There's actually two vacuum systems on this saw. This one goes up, up, up and over, turn, goes down, and then it goes down here and then shoots off to the back, and I'll show you where that goes in a minute. So this saw, to the best of my knowledge, is either from the sometime in the 60s, or at the best, at the newest, it would be early 70s. So this is a table saw, Jack. You ain't gonna find one of these in your average hobby shop. This was a professional mill saw. And this stuff here that's hanging on it is for cutting paper and cardboard. So best place to this was the best place for me to store it and not take up space. So all right, so now we're at the back of the saw. See the back, and here's the big dust collection. So this big hose runs around and goes into the back of the saw, and that filters out the bigger air that goes in when the saw is running, and then this other part vacuums out more of the small stuff. So then I showed you how it went around, boom, 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 and then came down, and then this is where it comes out, and then it goes into this closet area where there's a two-stage vacuum in the back of the refrigerator and the microwave area. So this whole thing is on wheels, and if I need to get back there, this whole thing slides out. I just got to move my paper towel and a couple of other things, and this whole thing just slides out. So pretty cool. My refrigerator, got to have a refrigerator. And this is all my odds and ends storage. So this is what makes me able to build or fix just about anything, because there's so many different kinds of materials and things in here that makes me able to do all that stuff. All right, swinging around. This is again stuff from my my grandfather, which my mom gave me. More stuff from my mom. And by the way, that's a picture of my family with my mom. And that's my grandfather and grandmother. I'm guessing from the 60s, 50s maybe, I'm not sure. And this was his grandfather clock. I think that, or not grandfather clock, his, I think this is actually called a mantle clock. But this was his clock. And my mom gave me that too, so. Swinging around. Now this is more of that stuff that I gotta keep just in case I need. There's a lot of really long stuff in here. There's long pipes, trim, pieces of aluminum, crown molding, all kinds of cool stuff. All right, boom, boom, boom. And that was letters that my mom had, she never used, in her garage. So I took them and I used them, putting them on my door. So that was our address in Bridgeview, 7319. And there's Johnny Cash. The one finger salute. All right, so now we are going to my broadcasting area. So when you see me doing videos, this is the whole area right here. This is what if you're over by the saw and you're looking towards it, that's the broadcasting area or recording area. All right, so now this is my close-up shot, which is from that camera right there. It sits right in front of the desk. And then this is the microphone. So this is what I'm seeing when I'm broadcasting. Then I look over here and I can see that what the shot looks like. So now I want to go for a long shot, and then all I got to do is hit this button here. I just hit that button, and now it's switching to, there's a camera right there. That's where the long shot comes from. Now one more camera, can't forget, is for the album. So when you see the album playing, that's the camera here. And then it's focused on the album. So if I'm playing the album, down here is the receiver. And if I want to play the reel-to-reel, I change it to VCR. And then I hit power on. And then play. So that's the actual tape playing right now. So that's a TIAC 840706 or G. So this was bought in Korea in 1971 and sent to a family in Oak Lawn, Illinois. And it went from Oak Lawn to Colorado, back to some suburb of Chicago, and then I ended up buying it. So these are signed pictures of Merle Haggard from my mom. Her name was Ray. And then this is a picture of my mom with one of the his Merle Haggard's backup singer, Bonnie. So this was in Joliet. They were playing at the Joliet Rialto Theater. All right, where are we at? Now we're moving on. All right, so here's some albums, some rock, some country. This is a small collection of my movies. I've got a lot in the house. I just bring out certain ones. And then, dun dun dun, there's my guitars that I don't know how to play. But, how cool do they look? Nice. So there's an old projector before VCRs. That's how you watch their movies. Another reel-to-reel, which is from the 1970s. And then this is an old radio, but it's actually a new old radio. Pretty cool though. I like it. That's why I bought it. Even though it's new, it looks old. Alright, so now we're moving on. So in 2019, we went to the Grand Ole Opry and seen these artists. They were really, really good. Another Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. So this is a rock that my mom gave me, which says it all. Never, never quit. The early Beatles album. Pee Wee Herman. Yay, Pee Wee. Oh, and I forgot Gumby. Who remembers Gumby? Gumby and Pokey. There's a picture of me and my friend Max, who played Wojciechowicz on Barney Miller. Moving on, this is my art center when I do paintings and I'm recording. This is where I sit, and then I swing this camera around and record the video, but then the sound I get right from here. Alright, and this is my chop saw. So what's unique about this area here, even though this puts a lot of dust in the air, it collects a lot of it. So how I did that was I built this tin structure, and then I've got it running underneath to its own dust collection system. Pretty cool. And now we're on the back side of the furnace number 1. Alright, think I'm done. My arm's getting tired from holding this. So, alright, time to say goodbye to Dan's Garage. Goodbye.